The expedition to Kepler Forum 42b had been humanity's boldest venture yet. A colony ship carrying 500 souls across the void to a world that promised salvation. But when the Odysseus crashed into the planet's northern hemisphere, only 12 survived. Among them were Oliver Chen, a xenoarchaeologist, and Anna Kowalski, the ship's chief engineer. 3 months after the crash, they had established a basic camp near what the initial scans had called geological anomalies. Oliver had suspected otherwise. The structures were too regular, too purposeful. Someone had been here before. This shouldn't exist, Oliver muttered, brushing centuries of accumulated dust from the stone well's rim. The structure stood in the center of a collapsed temple, its walls covered in symbols that predated any known civilization, human or otherwise. Anna knelt beside him, her scanner humming. The readings are off the charts. Whatever's down there isn't water. The molecular structure is, I don't even know what to call it. Ancient, Oliver said, his fingers tracing the carved glyphs. These symbols, they're a warning, sealed by the first ones. To drink is to see is to know is to serve. Then we shouldn't mess with it, Anna said firmly, standing up. Her engineering mind rebelled against the unknown, especially when labeled with warnings. But Oliver was already removing the corroded seal. It came away easier than it should have, as if something inside wanted to be released. A faint luminescence emanated from the depths. Not quite light, not quite energy, but something in between. Oliver, don't... He cupped his hands and lowered them into the well. The liquid felt impossibly cold and impossibly warm simultaneously, existing in a state that defied physics. Before Anna could stop him, he brought his hands to his lips and drank. The effect was immediate. Oliver's eyes shifted from brown to an iridescent silver, pupils elongating into vertical slits. He gasped, stumbling backward, and Anna caught him. But he wasn't looking at her. He was looking through her, through the walls, through reality itself. Oliver, what did you... I can see them, he whispered, his voice layered with harmonics that shouldn't have been possible from human vocal cords. Anna, I can see everything. The previous expedition, the ones who built this temple, they came here 2,000 years ago. They weren't the first either. Anna's blood ran cold. What previous expedition? Humans have never... Not humans. The Valkyrie. They found this world, and they found... her. The temperature dropped 30 degrees in an instant. Anna's breath misted in the air as a figure materialized before them. Translucent, flickering like a damaged hologram, but undeniably present. The apparition was humanoid but wrong, her proportions slightly off, her skin bearing bioluminescent patterns that pulsed with an alien rhythm. You shouldn't have drunk from the well of witnessing, the ghost said, her voice echoing from everywhere and nowhere. Your species was supposed to learn, to wait, to earn the right. Oliver stepped forward, his transformed eyes meeting the specters. Who are you? I am Salvethra, last keeper of the Valkyrie Empire. We sealed this well after we learned what it truly was. A test left by the architects, the ones who seeded life across the galaxy. Anna's engineering mind raced, trying to rationalize the impossible. A test for what? The ghost turned to her, and Anna felt the weight of millennia in that gaze, to see which species would have the wisdom to leave power unopened, or the courage to face what comes after. Oliver's hands were shaking now, silver light beginning to emanate from his skin. What comes after? The sight, Salvethra said. Your friend now sees the threads that connect all conscious beings across space and time. He sees the pattern of the universe itself. My people failed this test. We went mad trying to control what we saw. We built empires on forbidden knowledge and destroyed ourselves within a century. Then why leave the well unsealed? Anna demanded, moving protectively toward Oliver. Because the architects believed that one species would be different. One species would see and not conquer, would know and not destroy, would understand that the universe's greatest power is not domination, but connection. Oliver fell to his knees, tears of silver streaming down his face. I see our crashed ship. I see the other survivors. Anna, I can see the rescue mission. They're coming, but they'll arrive at the wrong coordinates. We need to move the beacon 3 kilometers north. Anna stared at him. How could you possibly... Because I see it, Oliver said, his voice filled with wonder and terror. I see the probability threads, the timeline where they find us and the timelines where they don't. And I see more, so much more. He looked up at her, his alien eyes somehow still unmistakably human in their emotion. I see why humanity might actually pass this test. Why? Anna whispered. Because we're terrified, Oliver said with a broken laugh. The Velkari saw power and reached for it. Humans see power and ask, how will this hurt us? We've spent our entire existence afraid of our own potential, building safeguards and ethics and laws to protect ourselves from ourselves. Salvethra's ghost flickered, growing more solid. The coward's wisdom is still wisdom. Your species survives by doubting itself, by questioning every step. The architects would find that amusing. What happens now? Anna asked, helping Oliver to his feet. Now he is a witness, the ghost replied. He will see what must be seen. And you, engineer, will be his anchor, the one who keeps him human when the sight threatens to pull him into the infinite. Oliver gripped Anna's hand, and she felt a jolt of electricity, or knowledge, or something beyond both. For a moment she saw what he saw. The vast web of consciousness stretching across the stars, humanity a bright new thread weaving its way into the ancient tapestry. The rescue ship, Oliver said with certainty. We move the beacon tonight. And then we decide if humanity is ready to know it's not alone, that it's never been alone. Anna looked at her friend, at the ghost of an extinct empire, at the sealed well that had just changed everything. Her engineering mind rebelled, but her human heart knew what to do. Then we'd better get to work, she said. Above them, alien stars wheeled in unfamiliar constellations, and somewhere in the quantum foam of reality, the architects watched with interest. Humanity had taken its first true step into the larger universe, not with weapons or conquest, but with fear, friendship, and the simple courage to drink from a forbidden well. The ghost smiled, her first expression of hope in 2,000 years, and faded into the cosmic background radiation, her duty finally fulfilled. The test had begun.